Welcome to the MIP Digital Fronts. Are you having an amazing day? Yes. Are you learning and inspired? Yes. All right. Well, we will not disappoint. We're going to keep this excitement going and innovation and amazing content across platforms with one of my favorite folks in the whole wide world. As you know, I am the CEO of Comedy Gives Back, and the first 24-hour global digital telethon we did for Comedy Gives Back was on Dailymotion. So they are good friends of mine, and I'm a huge supporter and excited to announce Dailymotion. Let's see the clip. Put your hands together for MARC, EYCHENNE, and the Dailymotion team.
Wow. Hello, everyone. Thanks for coming. My name is MARC, EYCHENNE. I'm Dailymotion Content Vice President. And I'm going to lead the discussion today around live streaming and gaming on Dailymotion platform. Michael, Julian, Vincent, thanks for coming with me on stage. Just before I give a quick overview of the company, could you introduce yourself briefly to the audience?
Hello. Yes. Hello, I'm Juliane Gross. I'm the head of TV rights at the French Football Federation, Fédération Française de Football. Actually, when I arrived 5 years ago, my mission was to sell the TV rights of our main properties, which were the French football national team, but also French Cup and other women national team, but also to develop less popular championship, and that's where actually our collaboration with Dailymotion has started.
Okay. Michael?
My name is Michael HAENISCH. I'm from Freaks for You Gaming, which is a company, gaming media house basically, focused on esports and also a gaming agency. I'm the CEO of the company, and we have started working with Dailymotion on their live streaming content and also on video on demand content to actually grow the electronic sports business.
Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Vincent Colombet, and I'm head of live at Dailymotion.
Cool. So before we start, I'm going to give a quick overview of the company, but we're not going to spend too much time on that. Dailymotion is a video platform. It's a 10-year-old company, launched in France, but with a worldwide footprint. As of today, 300 million people are watching a video each month via the Dailymotion player, and we receive 3 billion video views per month. With, as said, a worldwide footprint. US is our biggest market, obviously. We also have an existing good reach in Europe, and over the last 2 years, we experimented a growing audience in Asia. And that's why we recently launched an office in Singapore to operate Asian markets. So we chose to focus the discussion today on live streaming as more and more content partners in different verticals, from news, music, sports, are interested by this technology. And when it comes to live stream, we have to speak about gaming and esports. So Michael gonna give you more details about what is esport. Esport means electronic sports, which means, if I'm right, multiplayer competitions that are now more and more live stream on internet. Vincent, do you want to start giving a quick overview of the live product?
As head of live of Dailymotion, I'm in charge of all the live product, of the live platform development, and of the talented team of engineers who are working on this platform. I come from television. I worked as a solution architect and pre-sales person for Dalet, which is a company which provides software and hardware solution for TV channels. So I work with prestigious partners like NBC, Fox, Time Warner Cable, Sportsnet. Okay.
Yeah, so we started to live stream on Dailymotion about 5 years ago, in 2010. And it's really interesting because it was a sport partner who came to us, Lagardère Sports, actually. They came to us to broadcast the 2010 Athletics Indoor World Championship in Doha. And so thanks to that, we had to develop the technology from scratch. We had to do everything to be able to broadcast this event during like 2 or 3 days. And it was a really big challenge for us.
Yeah, exactly. So we started from this project for this event in particular, and we've seen that a lot of our partners were very interested into the live technology. So at Dailymotion, we work really close with our partners. We listen what they need, and we work together because we think it's the key of success. So we thought of bringing this project to all new levels. So we gathered a big team of engineers and started working a lot on this project. Our main goal was to give our partner the possibility, the capacity to broadcast their live event from wherever they want in the world to wherever they want in the world on any device. So, which means you could broadcast from Japan on a smartphone in Brazil. And we managed to do so. So last year, we're broadcasting over 150 million hours of live all around the planet. Every moment on Dailymotion, you have 200 live on air. And which is very interesting with the platform we've built. In theory, there is an unlimited capacity of ingesting, which means today we have 200 live at any time, but we could have 20,000, 200,000 with the same quality of service. And we have also unlimited capacity of distribution, which means today we have some channel with 100,000 concurrent viewers, 20,000, 2,000, but we could have the same channel with millions of viewers, and we will deliver the same quality of service. And the best and we are very happy to give this very great piece of technology to our partners, and which is great with that is it's very, very easy to set up a live streaming on Dailymotion. I can teach any one of you within 5 minutes how to set up a live on Dailymotion from your laptop. Today you have software encoders you can for free, or you can put on your computers, or you have different type of hardware encoders you can use for different use. So either if you're a professional or more, I don't know, at your place, you want to do a streaming, and it's really easy to use. So for any kind of business, you have a piece of equipment which will allow you within a few seconds to broadcast something on Dailymotion. And thanks to that, we have a very diversified type of content on our platform. Some content you will never see on TV, and which gather unexpectedly some really great piece of audience. So for instance, So every hour we have 3 new live going on air on Dailymotion. And going back to what I was saying, 2 weeks ago we had the eclipse, and unexpectedly we had 1 million people watching live at the same moment the eclipse on Dailymotion at 9 a.m. So it was very incredible. I mean, like, I don't think a lot of French TV channels have such an audience at 9 in the morning. So we are really excited about that. But the two main content which gather the most people every day are, of course, sports and e-gaming.
Perfect transition. So let's start with you, Julian. So the FFF and Dailymotion are working together since 4 years now. I think you prepared a video clip. Okay. Can we launch the video, please?
Alors que défensivement, on n'est quand même pas très sécurisant côté nantais. On perd rapidement la balle. La frappe! Oh le but! Oh le but! Oh le but de Ludovica! On vous l'avait dit en début de match. On vous avait dit que ce garçon avait des qualités. Et ben voilà, vous venez de le voir. La frappe des 30 mètres et elle nomme Alexandre Oliron.
On a dépassé le million de connexions sur cette très belle chaîne FFF TV. Et pour la toute première fois, vous allez pouvoir découvrir sur MyTF1 et sur FFF TV tout ce qui se passe ici au Stade de France de maintenant de 20h05 jusqu'à 20h45, heure de la prise d'antenne sur TF1 pour le match.
2-1.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marc.
So, Julian, can you tell us a bit more about your role at the FFF and how you're working with Dailymotion, etc.?
Yes, of course. So as I said, actually, I'm in charge of TV rights, but then I'm also in charge of developing the exposure of all other, let's say, less popular championships. And we started with Dailymotion 4 years ago. At that time, we started the live streaming with a under 16 football game, and we were very surprised by the result. And then we knew that we could use this new technology to provide exposure for the others. So actually our collaboration is based on 3 main topics. So the first one is the National Championship, which is our third league championship, you know, where the clubs are competing to gain their places in the professional championship. So it's an important championship. The second one is the French national team, so I will explain you what we've done on this friendly game. And the third one is on really the amateur football matches, which is a niche, but which works very well. So on the national championship, 4 years ago, even 2 years ago, our TV tender was unsuccessful, but we really had to provide exposure for the championship, and the FFF has decided to substitute to TV broadcasters and to produce matches to continue to tell the story of these clubs who were competing for professional championships. And so we produced 1 match per weekend, live, with 4 cameras. So it was like a big investment for the FFF. But the audience ratings were really good. So not as good as all the numbers you just said, but we were around 40,000 viewers per match, which was really, really good, and even at the same level as some sports TV broadcasters.
And so we had, sorry to interrupt, but we had like 1 game per week, right?
1 game per weekend,
on
exactly.
Friday night.
So at the end of the season, we have produced 40 matches, but then the goal of the FFF was to promote all these matches. So everyone, every media was able to download the player, and so it was the first time a football championship was really free, and free access for any user, any media, and that's where actually our partnership with Dailymotion was great, because the promotion worked, and at the end of the season, we launched a new tender because the goal was to find another TV broadcaster, and we found one. And now we have an agreement with the sports channel for another 3 years, which was good. So our goal was reached. It was great. Okay. Then on the second topic, it's the French national team. So since 2 years now, since we have our new coach called Didier Deschamps, for those who don't know, we now live stream all the press conferences and the players' announcements. So to be honest, it's not a very exciting content.
It is.
It's just the announcements of a list of players, but each time we have like 20,000 viewers, and even before the World Cup, so last year, the last friendly match was against Holland, the Netherlands. Yeah. And the announcement of the list, I think we had something like 60,000 people watching for the announcement of the list. So it's something which works, and which it's also free access for everyone. So it works very well.
It's something we do a lot with football clubs actually. So they all have, if you look at the Paris Saint-Germain, the Olympique de Marseille, or FC Barcelona, they have their Dailymotion channel with short clip contents, highlights, etc. But they go more and more into live streaming and live streaming all the press conferences. And in fact, you have people to like. No,
but you're right.
During your daytime at work, it's the perfect time to watch Didier Deschamps speaking about the team.
That's our goal actually, because for this specific live, what we want is to engage fans around the French national team, because as you know, next June in 2016, the Euro will take place in France. So the entire country will be focused on football in France, and for us it's very important to engage new fans around our national team. So we provide them with new content like highlights, more live, and one of the new content is what you've just seen on the clip, is the before the game. We have produced together with our broadcaster TF1 45 minutes live, showing the backstage, the cloak rooms. During this France-Brazil, there was a specific celebration of very famous players like Zidane, Henry, and so on. So it was great, and we had nearly 100,000 viewers in total between TF1 and Dailymotion. So it was successful, and we are now thinking of doing it again before every match until the Euro 2016. So it works very well. And so once again, our goal has been reached together with Dailymotion to engage more fans around this. And then the last topic, it's something totally different, because it is with amateur football. So amateur football, it's a niche. I mean, we are talking about local football. And we had more and more requests from clubs to get authorization to produce live their matches. And at what time we said, okay, it's also the mission of the federation to produce these matches for the club and to provide to clubs new digital, a new device to show their partners, to show even themselves, because they don't have any device to show their matches. And so we did this, and on the 3 months period we made a test, and we produced 3 to 4 matches live per weekend. So it was a kind of multiplex. And after 3 months, we did not have the budget anymore to produce more matches. And we went to see one of our main partner, which is a bank partner, Crédit Agricole, and they said they were interested in participating to the production cost until the end of the season. And thanks to Dailymotion, we could provide them some visibility around the live match. And so anybody, it was great for Crédit Agricole, because anybody could share the player and put it on its website. And so as it is a local economy, all the news website locally took our player, and they were very satisfied, because they say it's great, because then it illustrates what the story we tell about the local player, the local star. So now we have live footage to illustrate the sports page on our website. So, but it's really local. So, but then you have it's local in north of France, in south of France. But then everybody works very well together, and together, I mean the audience is good. So, and our goal on this is to promote amateur football, to provide a new digital content to our partner, and say, if you want to be present in amateur football, that's one of the tools we can provide you with. And for Dailymotion, I mean, it's a win-win collaboration because then we provide them with good live quality content, and in counterpart, we can provide our partner visibility, and I mean, it's a good win-win collaboration.
And who's embedding that content? It's like local news publishers' websites?
But you also have national websites, but well, it's Foot National. It's like referenced websites. So yes, of course, national website take it.
Okay. And I don't know, like, what are you looking for in a video partner or in a live stream partner? What's important for you in our partnership in terms of streaming capabilities, commercializations, etc. Can you tell us a bit more about that?
Technical capabilities, really to promote the content like Video Star on the homepage, of course, ad selling, but it works very well. It works very well on this. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Julian. So let's move to you, Michael. I think you also prepared a short video, right?
Yes.
Okay. Can we launch it, please?
Hello, my name's Toby. Toby1. Would you like a Dota? I could eat 9,000 of these, over 9,000. My mama always said life was like a box of Dota. You never know when you're going to get hooked. Did you ever watch The Defense? If I try real hard, I can remember some of the games from The Defense.
There's a big play from Fendi. The envy is gone. He was searching for Demon is inside the trees. Look for the hole. Look for the hole. Rival's gonna stop it. And the envy sends up 7 HP. Dandy is on the run. Envy and Murray's right in. Is enough. Lincoln, you have life. It makes all of his life in a big black hole.
It's so epic.
I said good day, sir!
Why did you choose the 2012 video?
Actually, to show that gaming and esports is already a topic since back then.
Okay. Good point. Can you introduce yourself, Michael, and your company and your activity? And then I think at some point you will need to educate me and the audience in esports, because I'm not sure everyone is familiar to this.
Sure. So my company, Freaks for Gaming, is, like I said, a media house for gaming. We have different websites for gamers. We produce live content. We produce video content for different platforms such as Dailymotion. And next to that, we are also a gaming agency. So we educate the market about gaming and esports. Esports is electronic sports, so competitive video games, multiplayer video games played in a sports environment where you have professional teams, professional players playing each other and playing for high prize money stakes. The market has developed over the past 15 years, and since then we are basically in the market. Our roots go back to actually 1997, and we're called Freaks for You since 2002. Yeah, I'm the CEO of the company, so I'm taking care of developing the business. We have currently close to 60 employees. We have offices in Berlin, in Taiwan, and in Serbia at the moment, and we're about to open an office in the US.
And why is live streaming so important in esports? And obviously, if you started like 15 years ago with esports events, live streaming was not possible online. So,
I think it is with the development of this competitive sports, competitive gaming. What we've seen is that it has always been a niche. I would say it's still a niche because a lot of people don't know about it, but it has grown pretty big over the past years. In the beginning, we have been to live events, and we had maybe a crowd of a couple of hundred, then a couple of thousand people in front of a stage. And 2004 or 2005, we then started developing live streaming. Back then, there wasn't platforms like Dailymotion focusing on that, and we had to rent servers ourselves, broadcast ourselves, so it was very complicated. And also, it was not a topic where you reached a large audience back then. Second thing, what was difficult for us was that basically broadcasting live was something that cost us money. It wasn't something where we would make money with. So all the income that we needed to actually make it a sports or to make it more sports-like is something that we needed sponsors for. And this wasn't really a business model where just based on that, it has grown that fast. So since live streaming and video content in general has become more of a topic where you can also make money with it through platforms like Dailymotion, the market has started to grow a lot faster. So live streaming is basically like sports. You want to watch it. You want to be in the stadium. You want to watch it on TV. And gaming as a niche is not a topic to actually broadcast games, or it hasn't been. Now we see that TV stations are getting interested in that, but also the implementation of gaming, which is played online basically, and live streaming in the internet is more natural than bringing something to TV there.
But just can you explain us like how does it take place, like esports events in real stadiums, right?
Yeah, I mean, in the past, of course, we had small halls where basically a couple of hundred people gathered there and they watched each other play. Then we saw that over the past decade, professional sponsors really tried to start working with the teams. And now you see that teams have their sponsors who pay for the players so that they have a decent salary. They pay for the travel, the organizations behind them. So it's pretty much like sports clubs that you have there. It's a very international topic. And we see that by the growing interest in gaming and esports, because pretty much every young person is playing somehow, and then also being interested in comparing themselves with how good I am compared to others, then they get interested in this kind of sports. And yeah, what we've seen is that the audience has grown to levels where, for example, in the last year, we went to a FIFA football stadium in Germany, in Frankfurt, which is actually one of the biggest stadiums. It was one of the FIFA 2006 championship stadiums, having seats for up to close to 50,000 people. And on 2 days, we have shown games in the stadium. So we had a huge screen in the stadium. We had the players playing for $150,000 prize money on 2 days of events.
Wow.
And actually, we had 25,000 people watching them in the stadium and a couple of 100,000 watching online. So the numbers that you now reach by online viewership is immense, and also the possibility to go to stadiums is growing. After the Frankfurt event, we then went to the theater of the Madison Square Garden. So what we see in the past, let's say, 2-3 years is that the niche is opening to the public a lot more, so that people actually realize how big it has already grown in the past years.
And the audience is mostly like coming on your website, or you're also working on syndicating the event to other gaming websites, or like where is the audience down? Mostly on Freak4U website?
I mean, we run our own websites, and of course a lot of audiences on there, so we have in a month between 1.5 and 2.5 million unique viewers reading our content and also watching live streams. But this is not the only people watching our live streams, because there is actually a lot of websites like news sites, as you know them from sports, that are more regional or that are in different languages, and they are embedding those streams. Okay. So by that, technology to embed, technology to share is very important to actually grow this whole topic. And the world became more connected also in esports, so that nowadays you see that big tournaments that have a certain meaning, a certain prize pool, and also teams that have names and fan bases behind them. I mean, there is teams that have, I don't know, some of them have players that have maybe 100,000 fans or 200,000 fans, and the team in general has maybe 2 million fans. So if you compare them with small clubs, it's already a decent number. And we try to actually get the fans to the platforms and make them watch the content.
how many fans you have on the FFF Facebook page?
3.8 million.
Oh,
it's quite
so
big
it's still
also.
bigger than,
it's big.
than your team.
3.8.
Yeah.
But I was thinking there is a parallel between real football and e-gaming football, because a lot of football players also play e-gaming. So I mean, we could organize a
and
a
no, they're all
competition.
invited. Like when Esports is releasing the new their new games, they're all invited to play and show their skills, etc.
Exactly.
Can you tell us a bit more about the specific needs for eSport? And because of course you know that, but Dailymotion, we launched our dedicated gaming platform 3 months ago, beginning of January. So you can go on games.dailymotion.com to have a look at it. So what are the specific needs around live streaming, and what do you need to engage your community, etc.?
I mean, what we've seen is that gaming as a topic is growing. So last year, for example, the biggest single competition, the biggest championship that we had in only one game, there's tons of games out there. So esports is really like sports and not like just soccer. There is games like soccer, there's games that are more for strategy, there is games more action focused. So in one of those games, the biggest prize pool was close to $12 million. The biggest competition this year announced so far is $15 million. And we see that the numbers are growing heavily. So you can say that maybe in the past 7 years, the numbers of concurrent people watching the streams have doubled year by year. So when maybe it was 7 years back, 10,000, today we see events regularly that are hitting 1 million concurrent viewers.
Wow.
And then there's also the championships in the biggest games like League of Legends. And if I'm not wrong, it is that they had a viewership of 11, 12 million concurrent watching just their final match. And this is numbers where we see that it's really a big topic. A lot of people are interested in that. So what we need is partners who have a decent understanding of technology. And Dailymotion is a very tech-driven company. It understands the product very well. It understands the needs of the market. So for us, it's not that the market is just giving us a product and that's it. Dailymotion is a partner who tries to understand what we need. So the product is developed in cooperation. The product is scalable. And we can discuss all the issues that we see. So for example, that we need time-lapse in live streaming, or we need other functionalities. So all this is something where Dailymotion has been a great partner to us so far, and we are happy to actually develop further content together with you, and also to develop the platform technology.
You really managed 20 million concurrent viewers on a live feed, Vincent?
Maybe not, but yeah, collaboration is very important, because live gaming, really like the boom of live on the internet come from gaming, and collaboration is important because we can start developing new features. And the key difference between what we do on Dailymotion live streaming and what you have on television is interactivity, which means people who are watching your live are not passive, they're active, they can interact. So we have some feature like the chat, where people can talk about the game, or if you think about like an online poker game, like someone is playing, a professional player, and he can answer people's questions on strategy and things like this. So you have very, interactivity between someone who is broadcasting and someone who is watching. And we have like tons of features like this, so you can, let's say it's a football game, for instance, you can vote for who you think is going to win. You can follow the channel you like, so every time they goes on air, because every time they goes on air, you have a notification on your phone or by email, because some people goes on air, they don't plan it, especially gamers. And it's very great to work with those two partners, because we make our product better, and we provide broadcasters and viewers with better features.
Last year we came with the guy organizing Freeride World Tour, which is a skiing competition, and it was a really big technical challenge, because basically they needed to live stream from helicopters sometimes some skiing races, and they had a specific need, and we developed a specific tool for them, because basically they were live streaming the whole competition, and they needed to create short VOD videos for every competitor to make sure that as soon as the race is finished, each one is going to share, because they go one by one into the mountain, to make sure that every competitor will share the 2 or 3 minutes videos on Twitter, on Facebook, etc. So we developed a tool to do like start, stop, and to create VOD videos from your live stream. What are the key features you're working on at the moment? And
like our big next feature coming, so we have a new player at Dailymotion, which is going to be released soon. Our key feature is going to be the DVR. So it means like you can join your live whenever you want, and if you're late, you can go back in the past, whatever live you want. So it's different from TV, because on TV you need to record what you're planning to see. Here you can go on any live, you can play, pause, you can go back in the past. So that's going to be the next big feature. We're also working on rebroadcasting, which means if you have a live channel on Dailymotion, if you don't have a current live event, you can use one of your VOD or create a playlist with commercial in it, just to broadcast as a live 24 hours. So that's going to be the next 2 big features.
Okay.
Just one thing, what we forgot to say in the collaboration between the FFF and Dailymotion is that we have chosen Dailymotion as our official player since last September, because we really work on well together on the ad aspect. I mean, it's very easy for us to provide visibility to our partner, which is very important for a sports federation like us. And so that's why we've chosen Dailymotion instead of other competitors on the market. So, and we had a lot of discussion about content, as you said, because our next very important events will be the Women's World Cup in June this summer, the Euro 2016 in France next summer, and then we will also organize in 2019 the Women's World Cup in France. We've just won the organization of this World Cup. And so we know that, because we've tested this with the French national team, that we can imagine live content around football matches, which gathers fans, and this is very important for us. And so that's what we are developing with Dailymotion at the moment.
Michael, did we forget to mention something in our partnership? We were working on something, on a big event together, no? For the next month.
Actually, we work on content production, so we checked out what kind of content works good on Dailymotion. We have just launched a tournament series together, where actually we're playing out $150,000 US prize money, which is partly coming from Dailymotion and also from other sponsors. So what we currently focus on is producing great content for the gaming community, esports at its best, and try to also improve the production quality. So there is still a lot for us to learn to be as professional as football transmissions, but of course Dailymotion has been a great partner for us to actually have additional income streams next to the sponsors. By the live streaming platform and also by the features that we have there. So yeah, we're looking into a bright future.
Cool. Well, thanks a lot for your time. We're perfectly on time. I'm really proud of that. I think there's a place for questions, or if you want to meet us after the screening. Thanks a lot for coming again, and thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.